Hello there.
Hey.
It is the McCrazy Talk podcast. My name is Mark McCrazy.
I'm Indy B.
DJ Menace.
We do McCrazy talk about the most ridiculous stories of the week.
Yep.
Because the news cycle is so dominated by politics and our president making promises to foreign leaders.
Yeah, that part.
Oh, my God.
And then just going, no,
No.
I'm not participating. No.
This is season 1, episode 9. 9. Go figure. In today's podcast, we'll be talking about how this guy, he actually bought a Bugatti for $128,000, but that's not what he got, okay? Did you know that male sex doll sales have spiked, but not for the reason you may think? And what do springs and vaginas have in common? I'll be sharing that in today's McCrazy podcast. Springs, Indy.
Too many
Like
jokes.
springs.
Too many jokes.
Like those springs, they're in a bed. Oh,
Like that.
okay.
That.
You have that stored in there?
Yeah. Set the ready.
Nice.
Okay, so we'll also start with this one story here that's pretty interesting that I thought I'd share. They had an explosion at the worst place possible. This is the last place you want there to be an explosion.
I heard this.
A bull semen storage facility went kablowy.
Indy, they said the cops were ducking and dodging bullets, but not bullets.
Why are they storing bull semen?
For breeding. Yeah, there was an explosion at a storage facility in Australia. Fire department says about 100 cylinders worth of that exploded and splattered all over the building.
Yuck.
They said it created a quote-unquote unique challenge that they were not prepared for.
I hope there wasn't a bunch of people inside when it happened, and
I hope no one got hit. That's all
that's
I
what
care
I'm
about.
saying. I hope nobody got.
Could you
hit.
imagine walking out of there, kind of like, remember in 9/11, all those people were covered in that dust?
No, Mark.
Oh.
No, Mark.
Too
You
much?
did not need that visual.
I went too far, didn't I?
Way too far.
I apologize.
Gross.
Let's switch gears here. Did you hear about the cops in Ohio? They pulled over an Amish horse and buggy. I'm like, come on now. These things go about 3 miles an hour, right? Well, they said it really wasn't because of that. It's because they had major noise complaints. Apparently, they had a massive speaker system built into this Amish buggy, plus they were drinking and riding.
What?
Had a 12-pack of Michelob Ultra.
They were
How are
riding
the
dirty.
speakers powered?
I'm not sure. They had a
mule?
generator. I don't know. They just said this buggy was going down the street, and they said it was bumping like, I mean, could you imagine what it was playing? I mean, chicken.
What do they? Do they like use solar power? I'm perplexed.
Oh, I just
Because
love
aren't they like against any technology?
Yeah, they don't use power.
just the thought of a buggy grinding up the street playing Project Pat Chicken Head just tickles me.
Sounds like
That is pretty funny.
a scene out of like Friday the 4th.
Well, did you hear about the promotion that a restaurant that many of us haven't frequented probably in a long time? They said we need some asses in the seats. So they're doing something very special on September 19th, which just happens to be today, the day that we're recording this podcast. They're doing a national Talk Like a Pirate Day, and if you do that, you'll get a free 2-piece fish basket.
Long John Silver's?
Yeah. So you go in there, you talk like a pirate, and you go to them, I'm the captain now. And then you walk away with,
Oh, it's not R. It's more Somalia than R.
No, a mate. No, none of that.
no.
Walk the plank.
Listen to me. I am the captain. now.
I'm the captain now. I wonder if that'll work if you go in there and do that. They're like, no, we're thinking more like the peg leg and the
So-
parrot on the shoulder type of pair.
Yeah.
So you're telling me I can go there when we finish recording this and get free?
A free 2-piece.
Let me hear you pirate.
I'm going to do what Mark said. I'm going to walk in there Captain Phillips style.
Yeah, go in there Captain Phillips style. Just do that. Jeez, it is what it is. So, do you hear about this fashion company? They made a big mistake, a faux pas, if you will. They went ahead and made hoodies with bullet holes in them of schools that had mass shootings. Sandy Hook, Virginia Tech, that's what they say,
Like-
Columbine.
Like it says Sandy Hook on your chest, but you got bullet holes all in it.
Yeah, that's what it's. Yeah, that's the design. They're now saying, yeah, it was probably not a great.
Probably.
Yeah, exactly.
I've literally lost my faith in people. I just think that
They did that on purpose because they knew they were. You can't tell me that
Get a
you didn't
reaction.
think that through.
that's all it's about now, Mark. Getting a reaction.
Yeah,
Being
shock value.
outrageous,
Right,
yeah.
exactly. Being outrageous, exactly. Well, this is outrageous. A guy is busted because he spray painted a slur in a bar bathroom. Do you know what the slur was?
The N-word or something?
I just said slur. He just painted slur on the bathroom wall. That's what it is.
Really?
This is a waste.
Slur. Former NFL player, he is in trouble because he actually did have racial slurs inside of his business. This guy's name is Kaufman. He used to play for the Redskins, the Cowboys, and the Cardinals from 2012 to 2016. He owns a restaurant right outside of Atlanta. And he called the cops because he said, listen, somebody vandalized my place. They ripped the TVs off the wall and painted words like monkey, the N-word, and the MAGA phrase, all spray painted on the walls. But they also realized that this was all a farce because it looks like the black player did it himself.
What?
I knew it before you finished it.
Yeah, because they said that the black spray paint they saw on his hands matched the same one that was spray painted throughout the building. He had already contacted the
They
insurance
didn't
company,
catch
by the
him
way.
red-handed. They caught him black-handed.
Black-handed. And he probably should go ahead and get Jesse Smollett's lawyers right on the case because this is a problem.
These type of things infuriate me because there really is so much to focus on, and you come with this nonsense.
Right. It kind of distracts from...
Yeah, and then it makes you look at other stories side-eye.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, so remember you heard me teasing the fact that, this is bananas. What do springs and vaginas have in common?
I have no clue.
Yeah.
They bounce back. I don't know.
Oh, that's a good one, Indy. That's a damn good guess.
Only if you do your Kegels.
Right. It's not about the snapback. This woman in China inserted a metal spring into her vag thinking that it would work as a birth control device. I don't know how.
What?
I'm not sure. But guess what happened? She got pregnant.
And
Surprise,
she ruined
surprise,
some stuff
surprise.
in there.
Probably a UTI also.
Oh.
What did it do to his wang? How?
I had so many questions.
You get in there and it just can't stay in there.
What the hell's going on?
But it did. Never mind.
Did you hear about this grandma? She using a hairdryer to slow down people. She says folks are driving through her neighborhood speeding, and damn it, she is not cool with it. So she went ahead and she took action of herself. Here's the news story if you haven't heard it. It's crazy.
You may recognize Patty Baumgartner from this picture, made famous on social media. A mom and a grandma, Baumgartner wants cars on South Finley Point to slow down for people's safety.
They forget to slow down, or when people, and there's a lot of people that are complaining about they can't walk or ride their bikes. I wouldn't even attempt riding a bike around.
So she took matters into her own hands.
We were talking about maybe something would slow cars down, so we decided to put me in a chair and I guess use the hair dryer as a speed thing.
Patty's son took this picture of her and tweeted it out to Trooper Noah Pasola, hoping to catch his attention, and it did.
I thought it was hilarious. I think that we have a speed issue in Montana, and I thought it was a great creative idea for the public to try and combat that a little bit without making people too upset.
Well, you know, it's funny because she's kind of impersonating a police officer. I'm surprised she didn't get in trouble for that.
Well, she didn't have a uniform on.
They said she had on some sort of like garment that you could. I mean, it's not like she had on like, you know, a Daffy Duck shirt on or something, you know.
But it's a hair dryer.
We've been doing shows together for over a decade, and I believe that's the first story out of Montana we have ever done.
I think that you're right. One time from Montana.
the
Very good.
national
It's bound to happen.
And it's about an old lady with a hairdryer.
We can't take it no more.
You know what, though? 21-year-old Menace would throw stuff at her. 42-year-old Menace is kind of like, hey, thanks.
Yeah, I appreciate that. So have you ever had a dream that was so real that you were convinced that it was happening?
Oh, yeah, the pee dream all the time.
All right. Did you wake up in a pile of pee?
A little bit.
It happens, right? Well, a woman in San Diego dreamed that she was forced to eat her engagement ring and woke up and she found out she actually did. Yep, she had dreamed that her and her fiance were facing off with some bad guys on a high-speed train, and during the struggle, he told her that she had to swallow her engagement ring to protect it. Well, she says, after that dream, I woke up, couldn't find my ring, went down to the doctor, they did an x-ray, and they said, there it is, right there in your lower intestine.
At least she didn't lose it.
No, they still got it.
She got to poop it out, though.
Yeah, and they got a high-pressure steam, that one.
And I saw the picture. It's a big diamond.
Yeah, that ring's been on a wild ride.
I can see how in the dream he told her to swallow.
Yeah, but she got it down. Got it down.
I swallowed some BBs once as a kid and had to go to the hospital, and they were like, there's nothing we can do. You're just going to poop.
You got to
the
pass
BBs out.
it, yeah.
They gave me mad cake.
You know what's interesting, though? I remember this one dream I had, and I don't remember all the dreams, but when I was younger, I had this dream where I was being chased, right? You know, I always chase dreams. And when I was being chased through this warehouse by some bad guys, there was a button on the wall, and the button said to get out of this dream, get out of this dream, press this button. And I remember, I reached for the button, and I fell out of the bed.
I really thought you were going to say you woke up.
No, I did. Oh, yeah, trust me. My ass hitting the floor woke me up. It worked. Button worked. Very good button.
True that.
Well, they say male sex doll sales have spiked, and it may be for a very interesting reason.
Now, you mean male sex
Males.
dolls? Like dolls that look like men?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or just the dildos?
No, yeah.
A whole doll that's a man shape.
Apparently, and unfortunately, when I saw the story, there was a picture that accompanied it. But it's this whole torso, and it's got a male member.
Okay.
And these toys are on the rise.
Okay.
These toys on the rise, as well as, just male sex organs, right? And the reason they're on the rise is because curious men want to experiment. They say it is a rise in that for that reason that it's not really women buying these things. It's actually got a whole new market. There's men buying them too. So,
well, hey, instead of them going out and experimenting with a live person, they could do it in private and no one has to know.
See if it's if they fancy that.
No one has to know except the guy at the register at the store.
He could be buying that for his girl.
Buying this for my girl.
For when I'm gone.
Sure you are. Sure you are.
So this library book was returned, and it had a very interesting thing in between the pages. I guess somebody used it as a bookmark and returned it. It was a full-blown taco in there. Somebody put a full taco in there, sour cream, cheese, tomatoes.
What? In
beef.
the book?
Yeah, I think it was a Jack-in-the-Box taco.
They must have not liked the book.
No, not at all. Did you see the story that's trending out of a Target? Oh, it's crazy. This lady loses her shit. You hear that? All because I guess she said the lady that worked at the Target was reaching over her daughter.
Oh, yes. Reached over her daughter. You're right.
For what?
I guess trying to get something off the shelf.
Grab something.
And she didn't like that.
Yeah.
So apparently an argument and or fight ensued. I don't know if you've heard this audio, but it tells a story. Listen.
Playing with me.
I'm not doing anything. I'm standing here. But I'm just standing here.
Keep playing with me. I want to stop. No, knock your head off. No, keep playing with me.
Don't do that.
God, leave me alone. Leave me alone. What's your kid? Target can check their
cameras.
cameras.
You should not
get
have
arrested for this, right? You don't care? You don't care if you go to prison.
went over her.
You don't care if you don't go to prison.
I don't care.
So let's get this straight.
I don't care.
Because
Shut
I
up.
didn't
I
say.
don't care.
Oh, okay. You don't care.
Because you didn't say excuse me.
So you're obviously violent.
Because you didn't say excuse me.
Touching my phone. This is being recorded.
I don't care.
You have to understand that there's a camera rolling on everything that you do. Now, this lady goes to court for this. Yeah, she's the aggressor. She's in a lot of trouble, even though the other lady was being passive-aggressive.
That was in Brooklyn. That lady didn't care about going to jail.
Right, it's like, Brooklyn.
But you're willing to assault someone in front of your kid.
That's the thing that bothers me. Like, you're in front of your child.
Your
You're
kid
doing
is
this.
there, and other people's kids.
She's like, it's about respect. You disrespected my child.
But here's the thing, though. But she's also disrespecting the child by getting the child upset.
Exactly.
Like, I think about myself. If my 7-year-old self saw my mom wilding out like that, I'm a nervous wreck.
Yeah.
I'm damaged.
Yeah.
I'll never forget that as long as I live.
The rest
Another
of your
part of
life.
that audio, she told the lady that was filming, said, and look, you're scaring your daughter. Your daughter's afraid.
She is scared of daughter. Well, this Dunkin' Donut thief, he won some donuts, but really he wants the cash. I guess he had to settle for the donuts. After a very long attempt to get the cash register open and the staff had really pissed him off, he said, you know what, fine. I'll just take a donut and punch the guy.
I feel him, though. Here in North Texas, there's a lot of donut shops, but there are very few Dunkins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will drive 20 miles for some Dunkin'.
You're not a fan of the local donut hole here?
They're okay. Mm-hmm. Dunkin' has that coffee.
Yeah, it's their donuts too. I like.
Yeah.
Well, I tell you, nothing like a woman scorn, right?
Absolutely.
A woman in Lincoln, Nebraska sparked an apartment fire after burning love letters from her ex in her bedroom. But this scorning got her in a lot of trouble. So she ended up taking the whole apartment complex, burning it up.
man.
Yeah, well, I mean, it caused some damage to the building for damn sure, all because she was trying to burn the letters. Why don't you do that outside?
What are you burning them for? Throw them away.
Another lady that's really scoring as well is because I guess she got into an argument with her boyfriend. They were vacationing in Florida when an argument flared up, and she wanted to fly back to New York. And the boyfriend was like, I ain't paying for it. Bye. Well, she says, oh, I got your credit card. Remember? Early in the relationship, you gave me your credit card? So he said, that's right. So he stopped payment on the credit card. Too late. She had already used it at a restaurant and gave a waitress a $5,000 tip.
Oop. Now she going to jail though, right?
Well, that's what that's the genesis of the story. The felony charges have been dropped in that case. Must have been a female judge. Did you hear about this man in Texas filed and completed a divorce from his wife without her knowledge? He forged her name on it. His fool is completely divorced. Nice. She didn't even know it.
Nice. He said, I got to get out now.
Yeah.
We ain't going to be arguing and going through all that.
I'm not doing all
back
that.
And forth.
Hey, I got us divorced. I took care of everything. Don't worry about it.
She probably refused for a while. I can see that. I ain't signing
Well,
that.
I wonder if he told her, like, why don't you go out tonight? You're single.
You're right.
What?
We ain't married. So did you hear about this guy? He bought a $128,000 Bugatti.
That's a gorgeous car.
Oh, my God. It's beautiful. But once he did a little bit of a deep dive because he bought the bad boy on Craigslist, realized that pretty much he just bought a 2002 Mercury Cougar with about 129,000 miles on it that had been retrofitted to look like a Bugatti.
I would be
He didn't do any kind of inspection. He didn't realize on the ride home with the car that this don't feel like a Bugatti.
Right. Why does it ride like a PT Cruiser?
Why does it start to go hot every time I'm sitting at a light?
Right. Now, even though the speedometer goes up to 280 miles an hour, he can't get this thing past 60 miles an hour without it shaking like a scared child.
Shaking.
I saw the car. It looks amazing.
Oh, it's beautiful.
You can pretend real well with it.
Yeah. Until you put that bitch in drive.
I'm going to ride in my Bugatti.
Start shaking. Oh, this one doctor in Kenya says she's got a new platform. She has something that she wants to be on the books as far as a new law. And that is it needs to be illegal for you to pass gas on these airplanes. See?
I agree.
She's using a platform to promote the idea the law prohibits folks from farting during a commercial flight.
Or at least go to the bathroom.
Right, don't be sitting there in 22E just letting them rip.
No.
Could you please? So rude.
Well, by the time you try to get up, if you're by the window, you're going to poot in somebody's face getting up.
At
So
least make an attempt, Indy.
Indy, they come upon you that fast?
yeah, they do. You don't know 10 minutes before you're going to pass gas that you're going to
I
pass
ain't saying
gas.
10 minutes, but you know 90 seconds.
Yeah.
Okay, and by the time you get up and squeeze past people, the pressure is coming out.
And I'm old.
It's coming out.
I'm old, but I don't think I'm at the old enough part of my life where they're just slipping out on their own
They
anymore.
do. They slip out.
No, they-
No,
Yes,
no,
they
no,
do. Y'all are lying.
They don't.
Yeah, you slip out.
Well, anyway, we'll see if that gets passed.
See what you did there. See what you did there.
Thanks. Do you hear about this Texas grandma? She's upset because she said that I can't believe you sent my grandbaby home because of his long hair. And they said, well, there's a policy here. The hair can't be too long. No ponytails, ducktails, rat tails, man buns, puff balls on male students. Can't be below the top of the T-shirt collar. It's got to lay naturally. So she went to the school board meeting and complained. And the school district superintendent says, well, here's the thing. You got three choices, right? Cut it, braid it, or put your grandson in a dress. Those are your three options. Because if he's a little boy, he can't have it. Now, if he's a little girl, yeah, wear that shit down to your ass. I don't care. But if he's a little boy, put his ass in a dress.
I don't know how I feel about that.
Oh, we'd been fighting.
I've seen some very cute, put together, groomed little boys with longer hair.
We'd been fighting.
That was Texas?
That was, hold on.
Yeah, it was.
It was Texas.
That doesn't
Yeah,
surprise me at all.
Yeah, that's Texas. Double check that. Yep, Texas. Yep. So let's talk about it. What's the most dangerous place to walk in the United States? If you're a pedestrian, good luck. Pedestrians be getting beat their ass whipped by cars.
New York City.
Right. You're more likely to get hit by a Buick in this city than any other place.
New York?
I wouldn't say New York because they're used to
Yo,
everyone
Andy,
walking.
people get hit by cars every day in New York.
Really?
Can I tell you that all five places, the top 5 are all in the same damn state?
Florida.
They are in Florida. Orlando, number 1.
It's a tourist city.
Yeah, I could see it, especially on like international drives.
Oh my God! You just trying to walk to Tony Roma's, and all of a sudden here comes a Dodge Neon.
You're just trying to walk to the last Sizzlers on Earth.
I'm just trying to hit this Ponderosa. I ain't seen one in 40 years, and then all of a sudden,
yeah, I can see.
They got a Village Inn too. Ooh.
It's like Orlando knows that they gotta have one of everything because somebody gonna be from somewhere.
Exactly.
Look at this.
Oh my God, they got a Pizza Kingdom. I ain't seen one of these since we lived in Omaha. One white girl says she's got the great way to get out of a DUI. She told the cop if she got pulled over because she had way too much wine, as she calls it. She says, "I can't believe you're trying to arrest me. Look at me. I'm a thoroughbred white girl." Yes. She says that she's an All-American cheerleader, valedictorian, and a sorority member.
Yep.
And she is a thoroughbred white girl. Very clean, thoroughbred white girl. I'm a white, clean girl.
She told the cop, "I'm too pretty to go to jail."
Yeah, and the cop says, "I don't know what that has to do with anything." She looked at him and said, "You're a cop. You know what that means. You know what that means."
You know.
It means you're going to jail.
It means that I don't have to play it by the rules. I want some kale. Speaking of kale, did you see these vegans out of control?
Yeah.
They're out of control.
Yeah.
They got kale-flavored candy canes are here for Christmas.
That's gross.
Fuck your candy cane. You're being an asshole now. We can't have nothing.
Right. A kid can't have a piece of candy.
Kale candy. That sounds disgusting.
Yeah, I'm sure
Ain't no formula you gonna make that's gonna make that work.
And these are these new wave assholes doing this shit because back when we was kids, they could have had, lettuce candy canes if they wanted to be assholes.
Yeah.
Here's a spinach lollipop. No, it's this new group of vegans. They out of control.
They're not taking away the old candy canes. You're like they're replacing them.
They trying to, Andy. They trying.
No, they're not.
I don't even want that shit next to the good candy canes. You know where these need to go? Right next to the Peeps. That's where they need to go.
That's fine by me. I like Peeps.
And the candy corn.
And I love.
I'm gonna be at KFC trying a new sandwich. Have you seen it?
Yeah, it's like a chicken breast between 2 Krispy Kreme
donuts. I saw that.
Because we're not fat enough. Did you all see this RSVP for this wedding? Couple's wedding invitation is going viral because the RSVP card says, if it's not turned in on time and you want to come, bring a chair and a sandwich.
That's nice.
But that's pretty much how it's gonna go.
We had a
if
lot
you
of
don't RSVP.
Right.
Yeah.
We got 72 chicken platters. That's it. That's it. No more.
Bring your own chair and food.
I like that. Listen, you pay for the amount of plates they're going to serve.
That's right. And if you're going to show up.
Or even worse, if you're going to tell me you are and you're not, and then you don't, and I'm paying for all that.
Yeah, that's jacked up. You cost me money.
Yep.
Speaking of eating, they say that you should make decisions on a full or empty stomach.
Full or empty?
Yeah, which one do you think it is?
Oh, decisions? Full.
Empty.
Full.
They say a study finds that you make bad decisions if you have an empty stomach.
Yeah, because you're grouchy.
Yeah,
you're moody.
You're hangry.
Not even. You're grocery shopping, but you're buying nothing but the worst stuff.
Oh my God, exactly.
Don't grocery shop hungry. Real talk.
You buy,
And you're eating stuff like while you walk through the store.
That's when you buy kale candy canes. You're hungry. What do we have here? And the 10 most annoying minor inconveniences we have to endure. I was looking at this, and I got to be honest with you. Some of these on here don't seem like minor inconveniences. These things piss me off. Number 3 on here is forgetting a password. Ooh,
that is more than a minor inconvenience.
You got to go through
That'll ruin your whole day.
25 steps to get it back.
Your computer needs an update.
That takes forever.
It seems like my phone tells me that every 2 days.
Oh, that's so infuriating. Not having enough leg room in a car or a flight, that sucks.
Yes.
But they say number 1 is a spotty internet connection.
Yes.
That's the worst. Especially when you're trying to watch something on your TV or using your Wi-Fi.
Or
Netflix.
play a video on your phone.
Or just having Spectrum.
Oop.
You said it.
And last but not least, the question of all questions. I thought this was so interesting. Do you wash your gym clothes before you wear them for another workout?
I would hope so.
Absolutely.
31% of people don't always wash their gym clothes before they wear them for another workout, according to a new survey. That would explain the smell in bellies. And men are most likely to rewear old workout clothes than men, 36% to 25%. So if you're wondering, what is that funky smell in the gym? It's these assholes.
It's Felicia.
And everybody smells it but them.
Yep, you're exactly right.
We're over there lifting weights, stinking up the place.
I can wear this another day. I don't smell bad.
Folks
My
are
sweat
gross.
don't stink.
But it does. Well, there it is. Another McCrazy Talk podcast. Don't forget to subscribe. You can find us on iTunes, Spotify, or wherever other popular podcasts are found.
Yeah, we're there.
And then you can also see us on YouTube, too, if you'd rather view the podcast.
Y'all didn't tell me I look pretty.
You do.
Where
You
are
look
you
very
going?
pretty.
I'm going to the Sisters with Superpowers.
Sisters with superpowers. And what's your superpower?
So can I go?
You can come. You can come.
What's your superpower?
I don't have one.
You ain't a sister and you ain't got a superpower. You can't go.
Neither.